All right, y'all, so it looks like they diving deep into what's going on with this DDG and Jay Cinco situation. So I'm trying to check out what's actually happening. Somebody who got all the facts and all the details surrounding this. Now, I'm a fan of DDG and Jay Cinco. So, you know, this one is gonna be kind of hard to tell. It's gonna be kind of hard to judge, bro. I'm kind of just a spectator seeing what's happening right now. But I guess people is blaming Jay Cinco for getting Lala into some stuff, which that sound kind of crazy, but I'm a educate on what's going on first before I make any decisions on that, because that does sound wild. But starting off, it already is looking crazy. It said DDG writes a song to Halle titled 17 More Years. Jay Cinco cried on Lala's shoulder when he found out DDG cracked. Yeah, that's crazy. Jay Cinco said it hurt when DDG tried to discredit his success and said he made him. So yeah, cried on Lala's shoulder when he found out DDG cracked. It's like, come on now, why they doing Cinco like that, bro? Like that's wild work. Like, come on, like.
DDG and Jay Cinco's beef is the mid-off of the century, but nobody talking about the true tragedy of it all.
DDG, did you crack Lala?
In this room, besides Cinco, have you kissed anybody?
Bro, I didn't know he was this messy. Like, to be fair, I don't watch match like that, but yeah, that's crazy. Like, why are you asking all these messy questions? Like, this is crazy. Streamers will do anything for clicks these days.
Allah done Lil T.
And to be fair, shit like that is mad disrespectful to Cinco, bro. So, I mean, depending on the context, if Cinco, like, from what I have heard Cinco say, is the stuff niggas was saying was an issue and problematic, and that is a prime example of something that I would be bothered by if every time I'm around somebody, they sneak this and they trying to get somebody else to say something about my girl and all type of stuff like that, bro. Like, you moving weird, and certain niggas is condoning this weird movement, and so yeah, it depends on the context of the situation. I don't know, like, but stuff like that would blow me.
Yeah, after Ruby Rose dated Daryl or DDG, and Lala came right in behind and said, "Come on, get this."
Did I hit your hoe or something? Like, you gotta let me know, like, exactly why you hate me.
We talking about the humiliation of Lala Baptiste on today's Foreign Friday.
It's a foreign man in a foreign land.
The boys are unfortunately fighting, and the casualties are, you guessed it, women.
This young man crosses the line, okay? And he posts some shit that I ain't with. I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna leave it alone.
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
He refers to his friend, Jay Cinco, as young man. Given that DDG is almost 30, so therefore he is senior to Jay. But he's more importantly trying to establish something else. He's trying to establish like a hierarchy. And then he goes on to forbid said young man from saying something that he doesn't like, or else. You got the Future clip.
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
Future on Young Thug who has just gone total now, where he says that she belongs to the streets, which alludes to DDG's friend and Jay Cinco's current partner, Lala Baptiste. The beef between DDG and Cinco has resulted in Lala being the biggest casualty of war.
She belongs to the streets.
I have no ill intent. My heart is pure. I never lose. I don't start anything.
Notice the man dodging accountability like the Matrix. Talking about he never starting nothing and he never loses nothing. That his heart is pure. At this point, I don't know if he convincing the audience or himself, but he got the same level of emotional intelligence as my son, and he is one.
Nah, hey, yo, DDG he's just a troll, bro. Like, I can't take him serious. Like, I know he not, like, he know what he be doing, bro. He definitely know what he be doing, but yeah, this is crazy. And I mean, Lala being a casualty of this, man. Lala has her own history, and she brought this on herself. She's chosen to move from rapper to industry nigga just as much as Ruby Rose. Like, they've chosen this life for themselves. And this is why it's important for a woman to, you know, seek guidance from God. Because at the end of the day, when a woman is out here dating hella men, looking for the right one, like I heard Lala say that in the video just yesterday. Like, she gave her all to Gunna or she gave her all to somebody, and it turns out they just wanted one thing. And it's like, you shouldn't be giving your all in the first place. You should have discernment and wisdom when choosing. And biblically, you have a lot of, you know, facts and information that you can dive into to actually learn what a woman should be looking for in a man. Because all the red flags and all the signs that you shouldn't be giving someone your all, it'd be right there in front of you. And if you didn't have a father to teach you these things, That's fine. That's okay. Most people don't have fathers to teach them these things. That's why you have the word. that's why you have the word, man. But hey, a lot of people spiritually dim in this day and age, like to say it nicely. A lot of people are like that. So this is an age and world of deception right now. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad, but things will hopefully get better once people start bringing God back into things, because doing it on your own, you finna be getting cooked out here. You finna be looking bad. So you brought this on yourself.
It's simple. Niggas start with me, I keep it going, and I finish it. I'm not checking his story. I've been blocked him. He gonna try his best. Look, and I'm letting you know right now, Cinco, you post some that's below the belt.
This brings us to Jay Cinco. A lot of y'all are asking who Jay Cinco is. Jay Cinco is the Robin to DDG's Batman. And in keeping with that analogy, this is Jay Cinco's Nightwing arc.
It was something so small, gang. The last couple messages in our group chat, gang, the nigga said, fuck you, and it's fuck you for life. After we fight, we not homies no more. We not this. So it's like, bro, why do you keep making it seem like it's something we could just come back from? Like, you can't just talk to a nigga stupid crazy and expect a nigga to just be like, oh, it's cool. Like, we can come back from that. That's like your girl cheating on you various times. And you like, yeah, we keep getting back together. Like, nah.
It's so homoerotic. He literally compares him and DDG's beef to a girl cheating on him and coming back. Oh, God. But it should be of no surprise how dispensable these streamer friendships are, because no community under capitalism. Say it with me. And much like I said in regards to Cardi versus...
I mean, I feel like they do got real friendships. I feel like it's definitely some real friendships there. The problem is in the streaming world, it's a lot of ego. It's a lot of ego. And to be fair, it's a lot of leaders who not moving like leaders. So it was so easy for Eminem for 50 Cent to stay loyal and keep the hierarchy when it comes down to Eminem, because 50 came with a certain respect level and certain lines that he wasn't willing to cross, and also Eminem treated him in a certain way where it was easy to maintain love there as well. But DDG got an ego, and then his humor and some of the things that he do is taking shots at people who are around him at times. And if those people get tired of it, get fed up with it, or can't handle the particular situation you do this in, it's very easy to, and then also a streamer relationship is it's built off of, going at each other's lives and being mad at each other and saying stuff that's sometimes hurtful, and y'all all in on it, doing it for the bag. So it's hard to know which lines not to cross when that is your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is a whole risky lifestyle of upsetting the people closest to you. Like streaming and content is a very fine line, and it's tough to walk that line. So yeah, it's a difficult situation for all of them.
Nikki, war is good for business, and there's a financial incentive to beef. And if there's a line to be crossed, DDG is an habitual line stepper. DDG has a few words after finding Reggie dad had passed.
But this was the bad time to say what he said, because I'm doing what, his dad never did for him. And he said something, he was like, where your such and such is at? And I'm like, damn, that's a good ass question. I wish I could ask your daddy the same.
The way that man is smiling, this is DDG using Reggie's dead father as fodder in their beef, which I'm bringing up again. Not only like to showcase the fact that he's a yamhead for doing this, but also because Jay Cinco's beef with DDG is also intertwined with Reggie's beef with DDG. He beefing with everybody. But how low DDG will go for content really knows no bounds when you consider the fact that he used his own brother's untimely death as an opportunity to shout out his own YouTube. DDG facing backlash over wearing sweater promoting his YouTube while attending Crime Stoppers press conference for his brother that was killed.
My brother didn't deserve this at all. My brother was a loving person. He never hurt anyone.
I did not see this, bro. I did not see this. That is crazy work, bro. DDG used his brother's... DDG sacrificed his brother for fame. All right, like, come on now. Niggas are stepping over the line. Niggas will make any... somebody not having morals or being morally questionable, like putting the bag first that heavy. And I get it. When you really from there, it distorts your mindset. When you really from the struggle, it will distort your mindset. Because, and really, keeping it real, if you from there, yo, if your man's passed away and you can use the situation to take care of him, to take care of his family, you know, his children, things like that, he would want you to do that. Like he would definitely want you to take advantage of the opportunity and look after your people with it. Like that's the least that he could give you. If you can find out a way to turn that L situation into a W, niggas is not gonna really be mad at it. But then you fast forward a few years later, the internet gonna make it seem like you and your demon arc for doing what you did to put your family on. Like, nah, DDG came through and took care of the whole family. And maybe it started on questionable, like why would you even be thinking like this? But somebody got to think like this, because where would the family be if DDG didn't think like this? So you can argue that it's a bad thing, but at the same time, you can argue morals as well. But he did exactly what he was supposed to when he lost his brother. He stepped up and took care of the whole family. So this looks crazy, but is it as crazy as it looks? I don't know.
Anybody. This whole situation seems fake.
Using this as an opportunity to brandish your YouTube channel, nothing seems to be off limits for him when it comes to content. Yet he will lord a line for Jay Cinco that if he crosses, he will go nuclear over. And before the DDG defenders claim that he's grown since then, this just happened last night. The infinitely more talented Halle Bailey debuted her album, and in rare form, DDG finds another way to make it about him. DDG writes a song to Halle titled 17 More Years.
I don't wanna fight no more. Tired of the court dates. Lawyers getting over on us, watching money go to waste. We should all get together.
Hey, I know DDG was this. Like, DDG do be doing some petty shit. I know how he is, but to be fair, I do not follow him enough to be connecting all these dots that people is putting together. So I guess I could see where the hate come from if people connecting these dots like this, because I know that he's a mastermind with the stuff he be doing, but at the same time, it's like some of this stuff is genius level mastermind. It's like, do you really not care about nobody to that extent where you masterminding all of it? He never struck me as that type, but then again, I'm more of a casual viewer where I view some stuff here and there, but I'm not really diving into no other nigga life like that, like to keep it 100. So it's like, I don't know, like I don't be knowing all the stuff people be tapped into. So, hey. And I like the song, by the way, but it could, like, DDG is smart enough to make a whole marketing ploy and take some attention away from somebody else by doing this. So I know he is smart enough to do that. So yeah.
Better go ahead and drop the case. Used to text your phone, I'll be speaking through the mail.
Sorry. This man pleading with the girl to drop the case in the song set to a beat.
You don't even know I got love for you still. Said you want me gone, is that really how you feel? Might as well get along, we got 17 more years.
Why is there this big jar Vaseline on the table? What's going on, blood? I don't understand how anybody could be this cringe. Imagine you dropping your debut album. This girl been working on this album from time. She been singing with Chloe from YouTube days, right? Imagine you dropping your debut album and your deadbeat BD could drop a song and a music video reminding you and the world that y'all are inextricably linked for at least 17 more years due to the fact that y'all share a child together.
Yo, this thing is hilarious, bro. Hey, it's just the context is framed in. It's hilarious, bro. Like, hey, but this is why I love seeing other perspectives, because I was never looking at it from this perspective. When you look at it like this shit is kind of fucked up. It's bad, but hey, it's actually hilarious at the same time. I know, but this is a real situation. And what the thing is, when DDG step over the line, it be some valid points though, because it's like, y'all got 17 years together. Why y'all taking this? Why y'all doing this through a court process? And why is it this situation? So it's not a lot of stuff that anybody logical is going to agree with. But it's hard to want to look at stuff logical when DDG moves the way that he moves, because it's like, if this is true, if this was why he strategically did this, you kind of I don't think he's big enough to bully her. He can cyber bully her for sure. Like you're taking attention away from her. You know, Like, that's an abuse of power, to be fair, and that is a lack of disrespect. Like, when I first heard the song and reacted to it, I had no problem with it. I think that it's a good song, but at the end of the day, if you're looking at it from this angle, I can see how this could be this can kind of look crazy. And I guess it really comes down to where DDG's heart's at, which that's not something that I can really speak on. I don't know where his heart is, but yeah, I wasn't looking at it like this, but looking at it like this is wild.
Hey, what? Pontiac folks gas up his foolishness. How? They're bringing irrevocable, generational L's, communal L's.
If your goal was to hurt me, girl, you did that. We could have talked at my house, you know I live at. If you ever needed money, you know I give that. I can't even call your phone to see my kid at.
Ah, Lord. All of this is much needed context for understanding DDG. But as a lot of y'all are asking, who is Jay Cinco? Jay Cinco kicked this girl out his stream after she said she was asexual.
Jordan, what about you?
1, 2. I'm asexual.
Wait, huh? What's that? That's where you don't you're not sexually attracted to nothing.
Period.
Wait, so you don't have a attraction to female or male? Hold on.
So you'll be single for the rest of your life?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Your weight? Your weight?
Hey, Jordan. Jordan. Can I go ahead and show you, let me just show you where the door is. I appreciate you, though. Thank you for coming. Don't ever do that to me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, this nigga just escorted a gal out of the premises because she being asexual means that she's not an opportunity for sex. Therefore, the only reason that she was there is because she was an opportunity for sex. Not the ace representation that we need. This is Jay Cinco's content.
I think he just finding the worst moments of people. That's the thing. Like, my man's just finding the worst moments of people, and he's branding them as I feel like he found a narrative for this video, and he found all the supporting evidence to focus in on the most controversial and key bullshit points. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny how he whipping this together though, but it's a lot more context to all these people than he's portraying in this video. Like, this is wild.
Stylizes himself as a shark, which is a man who is attractive enough to get access to whatever gal he wants. And his content—
That's not a shark. A shark is essentially just a nigga going for his opportunities when he see it. Like, anybody could be a shark. You could be an ugly short shark, and like, if you can actually go for it and you pulling and you're gonna keep going for it like a shark, hunting them down, that's a shark. So he trying to frame this in a way where the ugly nigga's gonna be against Cinco. It's weird, bro. It's really weird. I don't know.
Strategy.
I see what he doing though. I know what he doing. Like, and honestly, I'm not mad at it, bro. Get your views. Like, get your views. But yeah, it's like, this is why you gotta be careful on YouTube, because you don't know what's content and what's like real facts.
Alongside his freaked out friend, Deshae Frost, who y'all allowed to read.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, he freaked out as hell. So, like, listen, I'm with him on this one. The shave, he weird, bro. He on some shit, bro. Like, he cool, but he be on one, bro.
Brand right in front of our faces. The content that they do is basically girl content, where the focus and the fulcrum of what's funny, what's entertaining is the girls in the video. And whether that's the legion of little boys who are fans of this type of content to live vicariously through Jay Cinco in getting, by the way, the idea of getting gals is already an issue. The objectification is already baked in. Getting gals, obtaining, appropriating gals, you can't do that. But the boys live vicariously through Jay Cinco getting girls. The next strategy is humiliating them, which is what you see here.
Let me just show you where the door is.
It's not that it's humiliating, but the mindset of people identifying as shit like asexual and all this other weird shit, that in itself is humiliating. So it really comes down to the perspective and how you're seeing things. Because somebody who's identifying as something that's just random, you may not want to be around that type of mindset, because you can already see where somebody head at. And I feel like that's more of an angle that certain people come from. Like, I don't want to be around certain energy. If you bring in an energy that I think is dark or weird, or it's just not something that I want to be around, I have the right to, remove you. It's not about even wanting to take advantage of the opportunity personally. It's not about wanting to take advantage of an opportunity or wanting someone that I could be with, but it's just wanting someone who believes or it's in the same ballpark. We can have a conversation about something. At the point where you don't want or like nobody, what we finna talk about? Like, you have no, like, there's no side. We can't argue. We can't have a conversation on the same side. We can't really argue against each other. It's like, where do you sit? Where do you fall on the spectrum of interesting conversation? Like, what's the point of you here? Like, but to be fair, this whatever this is he's doing right now is Sharks Need Love. So if this is a dating show where he's trying to go after somebody, why would he have somebody who don't want nobody on a dating show called Sharks Need Love? Like, that don't make sense.
I appreciate you, though. Thank you for coming. Like, don't ever do that to me. I appreciate you.
And this isn't new. They used to have pickup artist books. They used to have that back in the day. This is basically ours. You know, this is our generation's pickup artistry books. Boys and people who are conditioned, socialized to see women as flowers to be picked, they're going to consume content like this because they're trying to figure out how best to interact. And instead of these niggas coming on here and saying, treat them like human beings, because that's what they are, you have them dehumanizing them. These boys will then replicate the behavior that they see monkey do. That's what Jay Cinco is contributing to alongside.
He has a valid point, and what he's like, he has a very woke perspective when it comes down to things. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of men, and I honestly agree with his take. I agree with the fact that this isn't the message that I personally would be putting out here. This is not the message that I would want anyone else to be following in the ways that I would be wanting anybody else to be living. But how Cinco and DDG's camp is set up, they do what people want to watch. It's all about going viral. It's all about trendy. It's all about the entertainment. And what people want to watch is the toxic negative things. They want to watch for the humor. So it's not, niggas don't just get together and be like, ooh, how can we use and degrade women and shit like that? And it's like, when you frame this in certain ways, you're making it seem like these are the type of men just getting together doing that. These niggas get together and be like, okay, how we gonna make a bag today? Let's do it. They not thinking about the aspect that of the points of views that they distorting in certain people and things like that. They're not thinking about that. And that's just that's what it is. It's people, they're inconsiderate, if anything. Like, man's making it seem like they have some sinister plot against women, when in reality, I just think that it's a matter of ignorance. We live in a world of deception, and a lot of people are ignorant. So it's not as sinister as people as he seemed to make it out to be. But the impact, sinister or not, the negative impact of what they're doing is still very real. So it's some things I agree with, some things that I wouldn't necessarily say it that way.
Deshae Frost. Speaking of Deshae Frost, it's funny that he's here because Jay Cinco would go on to date Deshae Frost's sister Brooklyn. And I put date in air quotes for this very specific reason. Old video resurfaces of Brooklyn Frost calling out Jay Cinco for lying about his age when he met her. She was 16 and he was turning 20.
I didn't know what I was getting into. He didn't know what he was getting into. Now, from the jump, Justin lied about his age. Justin is not 18, he's 20. He's 19 right now, about to turn 20 in a couple weeks. Yeah. Me and my mom found that out while we was going to Cancun for Mike's birthday from his passport.
Brooklyn, who was 16, can't date a man who's about to turn 20. She can only be preyed upon a man that is about to turn 20. If this isn't sick enough, think about the fact that Deshae is this gal's brother. This dude right here, who is friends with Jay Cinco, is her brother. He brought Jay Cinco around his little sister, after which Jay Cinco would go on to date her. So essentially, Deshae...
But to be fair, they did have him under contract, all type of stuff. So was it a real relationship? And if it was a real relationship, or did it turn into a real relationship, was this all the family plotting to bring Cinco into something? Because from what I heard at the beginning, especially, Cinco was kind of a slave. So it's, I mean, respectfully, but it's yeah, this is just an all weird situation with this context. I've never heard any of this context before, to be honest. So yeah, and I feel like my man's is tapped into every single thing about this, if it's all true, because this is crazy.
Facilitated the grooming of his own little sister for his friend. This wouldn't be much of a surprise when you see Deshae's content. This is Deshae Frost. They are in a target of which we are boycotting into submission. And what do you think Deshae is going to do? Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, you look good as on some real shit. Like I'm you right now.
Notice that this is also Ekane. Deshae is right now harassing of the sexual variety a random Target employee that is underage.
With your mom? Oh, I'm so sorry. But can I get your number and shit? We can get some food? No? Like get some food and like vibe out and shit? No, you're not. Like, but you look good as right now though. No? All right, then.
Bro, how much you just said? She ain't even answer.
Who?
One at the right here.
For her number?
Nah, you said more than that. You look so good, I'll f you right now. But
Bro, we streaming, bro. I'm saying, bro. Like I'm saying.
Oh wait.
Like I'm saying though, bro. Like
it's just a prank.
Shit, we just prank like
Wait, you can't be pranking with people like that. That's disrespectful.
But I'm saying if she
some
would
people
have
don't take that shit.
Then that's cool. She would have said that. I would have respected her.
Mom.
I feel that.
Oh, that's your brother?
Your sister. Nah, I feel that. I feel that. I respect that.
You feel me?
The women in Deshae's content are mere mechanisms for entertainment. The fact that like he's making this gal uncomfortable, that's the whole bit. And the fact that you got a Kane in there adds a whole nother dynamic because a man looks more safe when a woman is around him, even though they don't even know that that woman is a Kane. Take all this into account when you think of the fact that DDG.
So he's breaking down like, and he's 100% right in what he's saying right now. But I feel like he's breaking it down in a way where he's making it seem as though they all got together and plotted this. But and to be fair, there is plan and strategy in a lot of what they're doing. And what he's breaking it down and summarizing it up to is accurate. I don't think they looking at it like this. I think a lot of this is ignorant, money hungry. We doing whatever it takes for the bag, and because it's fake, ain't nobody really getting hurt, so it don't matter. I think that's the mindset. And when you come from the hood and when you come from the struggle, that tends to be the mindset where you're worried more about getting it out than the impact that you're having on people in real life around you. So there is a line, but I mean, and it's very clear for me what side of the line I would be on. I would be doing nothing like this personally. But at the same time, I do understand the mindset. And I think it's one of those mindsets you have to have grace with and try to educate. Now, at the point where you try to educate these people and they don't care to do better or care to be better, then, I mean, you've already chosen a path of darkness. And that's when you can, you know, choose to distance yourself, not support and things like that. But I feel like they're just taking advantage of what people want to see. They're trying to bring the content that people want to see. And at the point where people keep responding to this type of content, this is the content they're going to do.
Deshae and Cinco are all making the same genre of content, which is gal content. But all of that became a bit strained once Jay Cinco started dating Lala Baptiste, because all Cinco has ever done for entertainment was get gal. So if that's your whole online persona, how do you entertain your audience when you're like in a public relationship with another creator? That's how you get situations like this happening. The morning after Jay Cinco asks Lala Baptiste to be his girlfriend, he's at the gym and questions why a girl is trying to impress him by stretching. He says the devil is already trying to test him.
Showing up, James. Why she trying to go my way, bro? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. It's like you know I just like you like it's like the devil know I like come on, man. I don't want that. The devil, you can't tempt me, man. I don't want that, gang. On C-Series, man. I'm a loving man. I'm a like come on, what is you on?
He's trolling right now. And then I noticed that that's a Snapchat post, so he's getting paid for that post too, by the way. So, like I said, these niggas is really just focused on the bag and doing what they got to do for the bag for real. Like that's their whole mindset. So when you can frame it in a way where it's toxic and negative and bad, but I don't think that that's their heart and intent going into a lot of this stuff. I think that's just what it turns out to be.
Like, come on, man. You been sitting like that for 10 minutes. I don't know what the hell except I'm good, man.
Bro, do you know how absolutely wild it is? A random gal is inside the gym doing something that people do inside the gym, which is stretch, and you put a camera on the gal and craft a narrative basically saying that she is trying to tempt you, filming a complete stranger minding business. I don't know if he genuinely believes this, but he is framing it in a way that a gal can't.
It's entertainment. It's just entertainment. He don't believe this. He don't think that that's the case whatsoever. But at the same time, I mean, it is kind of weird. Like when you looking at it and you start to frame some of this shit in real life, like she's just there at the gym trying to work out. and she has a whole narrative about her going online. Even if you can't see her face, you don't know who it is and stuff like that. The fact that she's being used to create a narrative, that's very weird. I can definitely see it from that perspective. But from his perspective, he's just see an opportunity to make content and make something regular funny, and that's what he's doing for the bag. So yeah, it's like, it's one of those lines where I don't think it should be crossed, but I also think that people have to be educated and be made aware of, yo, this isn't just some innocent thing. You just brought somebody, a real life person, into your life, into the online community, to be criticized, talked about, to be, part of a joke that they did not consent to even wanting to have anything to do with. And the ego and not asking, it is an issue. It's becoming more problematic in these times, but like I said, I think that it's all coming from a place of ignorance more so than just strategically trying to dominate people or something like that. If anything, I believe that people in this generation are being dominated by forces a lot more powerful than them most times. So, yeah.
Exists without not doing things for him. Her stretching, literally trying to maintain her body in a place dedicated to maintaining your body, is for him. It's not to help her and to make sure that she is limber, but to entice him. DDG instantly got mad when Jay Cinco said this.
Cause I don't got no content to do in that house. All the niggas relying on hoes, and I ain't got no content doing that.
This nigga as tall as his chair.
Ain't this nigga whole identity being a shark? Ain't that his whole identity? His whole identity is a shark. Just say you're married, nigga. That's all you gotta say.
He's right to an extent. Jay Cinco's whole brand is his ability to get proximity to women. So now he has to forge a path that is parallel to Daryl, to Dub, and to the Shay, and the rest of them man them, as he can't participate in that brand of content.
He started off as Brooklyn's man though, so he's versatile. He can do different types of content. And the problem is Cinco being in a relationship, like Cinco is the shark who attracts a lot of the women. So with him being off the market, it does impact the entire group negatively. So it's a lot going on. It's definitely, so I can see from a business perspective, niggas ain't trying to see him in no relationship shit. That's not good for business. But at the same time, he good doing whatever he want to do type shit. So but to be fair, he's only in that situation where he's good doing what he want to do because of the team that he been around building himself up this whole time. So it's a tough situation.
This is why he can't be in the content house that they have, which is this like attempt of DDG to make a Kai Cenat style AMP content group. Jay Cinco not being a part of the content house was an obvious elephant in the room due to how much of an integral part he has played in DDG's universe. So you had fans already speculating, why is he not going to be in the house with niggas that he already came up with? DDG explains the Jay Cinco beef and how it all started during Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon 3.
It started at Mafia-thon 3, right? So I already told y'all, prior to me going on there, I had a 30-minute conversation with Reggie, right? And I told him, I'm like, I called Kai before I even put up. I'm like, nigga, I ain't trying to go in there and mediate with no nigga on live because the nigga say some crazy shit, then, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit there. I'm not gonna let a nigga play with me. So I'm like, I'd rather have a conversation with the nigga. We can talk off the camera, but I'm not finna just straight up just get on no internet shit with the nigga. And you know what I'm saying? We saying some mean shit to each other.
This is all performative, by the way. This idea that DDG was gonna, strike this man out or something like that if he said anything wild is absolutely not true. Okay, I think it's...
Reggie said one line that I didn't catch.
Nigga mad cause he can't see his what? He can't see the shit that be shining in the sky. Think about it.
And I'm like, if I would have caught it, I probably would have said something or at least stopped the segment and shit like that. And plus, the shit that he said is not true. What pissed me off, everybody in my group chat talking about some, why you ain't fight him? All this to get in a rap battle? I'm like, what y'all want me to do, bro? Y'all want me to come in here and box on a 21-year-old in front of all these nice establishments? I'm not... So then when we got on the stream, it was like, everything was cool. Now, Reggie said one line that I didn't catch. I didn't catch the line. And I'm like, if I would have caught it, I probably would have said something or at least stopped the segment and shit like that. But I'm like, you know what? It's too late. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go back upstairs and be like, hey, why you say that? What pissed me off is in our group chat, I read it, right? I'm thinking the stream going amazing. Y'all seen?
I just realized that this nigga is wearing a shirt saying that he's the program. Not he ain't even the ad break.
Everybody in my group chat talk about some.
He not even the ad break. It's crazy, bro. Hey, this nigga is funny too, bro. Like he's hilarious. Like his humor, like, but then he's saying real shit too. This man is actually hilarious.
Why you ain't fight him? Why you ain't do this? All this to get in a rap battle? So I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Mind you, I'm talking to everybody though. Everybody though. Nigga, I do a group FaceTime. You know how you can group FaceTime a whole group? And I'm like, man, what the fuck do y'all want me to do? Mind you, I'm talking to everybody, bro. Cinco was not singled out whatsoever. I'm like, what y'all want me to do, bro? Y'all want me to come in here and box on a 20-year-old, 21-year-old in front of all these nice establishments and look ghetto so you can say, the Capaholics be standing on shit? Nigga, I can't fight nobody. Y'all know why. I'm not finna sit here and get on the internet and box no 21-year-old. And then, nigga, it's a lose-lose if I was to do some shit like that. Then I'm a bully. And this and that. And then a nigga like Cinco ain't gonna defend me. Y'all niggas ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I'm online, nigga. I do the group FaceTime. Everybody answer that bitch but Cinco. And then he said some shit. This is what he said. Let me show you the screenshot.
Jay Cinco said, I would have said F Reggie Dead died for niggas to be rap battling face to face 4 months later on Mafia Thorn 3.
Bro, you doing push-ups, nigga, this and that. This nigga's a fake. He's a fraud.
This is how the beef started. I really want to focus on Lala because much like the Mandem would have made women.
I feel like that's like some private group. You know, that's just some shit talk. Like, I don't feel like Cinco even moved like that. Like, not publicly anyway. Honestly, he is from the street life where he'll say F your dads and stuff like that. I feel like he really is from that life. But that's just some shit niggas say more so than the life niggas live at this point in time. So I feel like that was more like some trash talk troll shit where you just saying you just making fun of your mans. Like if something like, I don't think it was as serious as DDG was probably taking it, but I could be wrong. I don't know these niggas. I just know shit from my perspective.
The focal point of their content. If they were doing girl content, Lala has become the main part of their beef. She was friends with DDG, and ultimately DDG introduced her to Cinco, who is now dating Lala. But the way that the standums and the parasocial fans interact, the beef brought out some deep cuts that exacerbated the conflict even more. Lala deleted this YouTube video of trying lingerie for Jay Cinco brother DDG. I don't understand how this is content, to be honest. And there ain't no way you would get me to defend DDG in 4K. However, the discussion of whether DDG and Lala was more than just friends mostly impact Lala just by the virtue of how these dynamics work out. For DDG, it's a notch on his belt. It's a epilot of masculinity because of the way that we encourage and socialize men to aggregate as many women as possible. For Lala, it's a ding to her reputation, it's a ding to her womanhood and femininity, it's a body, whatever the hell that means. This is low-key sad. Imagine your homies clowning you because your girl is the industry. This started like a whole campaign, and I want that to sink in for a second. These two boys beefing, right? DDG and Jay Cinco start beefing. So ultimately, a campaign, a slut-shaming campaign is dropped onto Lala's lap, saying that the girl is industry. That's another way, is a dog whistle of trying to say that the girl is community. Why is she in it? Simply because of her proximity to both men.
I don't know. To be fair, she chooses to be in an environment where she know what they got going on. She know how they use women. She knows, like, listen, a woman of God probably would not be in this setting. Like, and if she was following biblical laws, she probably would not be in this setting. So at the point where you bring this on yourself because you know, first off, choose to be around these type of men, and you choose to accept all the gifts, the benefits, and the money that comes from being around this in this environment. If I was her, she should be making videos and shit, capitalizing off of it too, because that's the life that y'all have chosen. You chose this life as soon as you aligned with them. That's like, I don't know, that's like some, you choose to be in a gang, making money with a gang, profiting with a gang, then when a shootout come, you want a bitch. Like, nah, bro, you get money with them, you been chilling with them, you been a part of everything, and now when niggas want to shoot at them and shit ain't all fun and sweet no more and money no more, now you wanna duck out. Like, nah, you signed up for this life. So pick that gun up and get, like, okay, this sounds crazy. But my point is, you can't sit here and decide if you either gonna be a part of the life or you're not gonna be a part of the life. That is that simple. Like, if certain shit just not who you are, then don't join into the life in the first place. And don't be around men who live that life in the first place. That's it.
Lala is in this room besides Cinco. Have you kissed anybody?
This is a clip from Clockboy Mox's dating show where they put Lala on the spot. Of course, you got DDG inside the room. Jay Cinco was inside the room. And Clockboy Mox is asking her in front of everyone, including the live audience, if she has kissed anybody else except for her current partner. These are adults.
Hi, Cinco. Have you kissed anybody?
DDG, did you crack Lala? You know you gotta answer it, like, truthfully, right?
Crack. It's all in the verbiage. The verbiage just tells you exactly what it's all about. There's this violence that's associated with sex. If you listen to most rap songs, the way that...
And this man, he's just going way woke with it. The man just said that you crack. If you listen to the word crack, it kind of take you back to slavery, and that's nothing good, because they used to crack us with whips. Like, bro, where you going with this, bro? Well, I get it. It's a bad thing that he asking did he sleep with Lala, and that's a messy question, but at the same time, it's like my man's is making it way worse than it is, too. Like I said, it's bad, but my man's just making it bad to the extreme where he add all this context in his perspective because he too damn woke, bro. And it's like you can't disagree with what he's saying, but it's like everything don't gotta be framed in this whole woke-ass Aristotle way, bro. Like, damn.
Men are often describing sexual encounters. It's not pleasurable. It's definitely not romantic, but it's not even pleasurable. It's a violence being done onto someone. That's how you get lexicon like crack. Yeah, hit, bang. The jargon that they come up with bleeds into the social consciousness of the cultural zeitgeist. And what ends up happening is those words take on acts. The way that DDG is just reveling in like
see this thing, he actually I don't disagree with nothing he's saying right now. I'm just like, I feel like adding it, and to be fair, it may need to be said. It may need to be said, because framing everything in this way, I feel like this is important and maybe it's gonna wake people up, but it's just, it's crazy. It's kind of crazy seeing him take it this far with everything. I like it though. I like it. Like this seems to be like it's his thing. So it's nothing wrong with it, but it's crazy seeing this shit go from some regular stuff that you just used to if you from the hood to him taking it to these extremes about how we all programmed in this, but it's real. Like this 100% true. And he's doing it and saying it in a digestible way where you can understand this, and this really will wake some people up. So I mess with it.
There's plausible deniability of him just not even answering the question from Black Boy is telling.
Did you crack Lala? You know you gotta answer it, like, truthfully, right?
This is Ruby Rose and Ben the Dawn. Ruby Rose, unfortunately, abused as well as pimped into OnlyFans by DDG. This is her making reference to Lala.
I know not every sign is the same, but I had a tourist who's my best friend, and she just be fucking all my exes. So are you? What the? Oh, are you like that?
Shots fired. We all know who Ruby's ex-best friend is.
This is my friend. You might know her. Hey, Rubio.
Ruby said her best friend was a Taurus.
I had a Taurus who's my best friend.
And after further research, Lala is a Taurus.
All of this is coming out in reference to these man them beefing. All of this is being foughted against Jay Cinco because Lala is perceived to be Jay Cinco's property now. And the dig is at Jay Cinco's masculinity and his manhood because he's saying, your gal is industry. Who's the real casualty of this? The fact that even people think that that is a way to get at Jay Cinco just shows that they don't necessarily care about the misogyny or the sexism or how the person...
I mean, but this is biblical. This is the same thing that's been happening since biblical times. The way that Satan got at the world was through Eve. So at the point where going after a woman, the woman has always been a man's weakness. Like that's a man's greatest vulnerability. So the fact that people go after Lala to get at Cinco, that was bound to happen. That's why you have to know why you're choosing a certain man to be with. As a woman, you have to know why you're choosing a certain man to be with, and you have to be willing to stand on what your man stands for. And you know that depending on their life, it's going to come with certain things. It comes with certain risk of certain things that's on the table. And you have to know what you're signing up for. A lot of women just want to be happy, want to have fun and things like that. So they don't think about how deep it is getting in covenant with someone, because a relationship is a very, very big thing. It's just become dumbed down and doled down in our culture through ignorance. So it is a very serious thing. And when you get into covenant, there's a chance that you grow and you grow closer to God together. So yeah, you're going to go under a lot of bullshit and scrutiny when you get into a relationship. And as you can see, Cinco is really in a dark industry, and all the darkness is swarming in now that he's choosing to be in a relationship with Lala. And that's exactly how it works. His closest friends, like, they into it now because he's no longer sharking with them. And yeah, that's how it works.
Who is being called industry or being called community how they feel, because the man in the situation is being seen as the only one who harm could be rendered to. It's almost like drapetomania, where slaves ran away their slave masters, and then the slave masters saw that as injury to themselves, as opposed from the slaves finding freedom. They didn't see the slave's subjugation as penalty to the slave. They saw the slave's freedom as an affront to the slave master. Same here. Lala, who better? I bet Gunna or TJ.
Perspectives is one hell of a thing. I definitely get what he's saying. This is a very educated man right here, and I fuck with it. But yeah, he looking at everything from like a very educated, analytical point of view too. Like it like I said, it's a perspective that is definitely needed. I get where you're coming from.
Needed $1. Lala, who better? I bet Gunna or TJ.
Okay, I'm leaving.
As you can see, that's what a person donated to the stream that Lala is on. This person right here said they donated $1. It said, Lala, who's better? I bet Gunna or TJ. They doing that in front of Lala and Jay Cinco. And they're basically doing that to shame Jay Cinco. Lala's whole dating history is now being put on full display due to DDG and Cinco's beef.
Like, please, leave me alone.
And the edit is so painfully poignant because you have Lala saying, please leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, you can tell she's really sad. She's really sad right now. She's really bothered by it. And she's emotional. But people don't care because it's entertainment, it's YouTube, it's all about the jokes to them. So the people behind the screen ain't really impacted or affected by it. It's just funny and fun and games to them, because most of these is kids who ain't never been through nothing. They don't know what heartbreak feel like. They don't know what real shame is or none of that shit. And then they don't associate what's happening on the internet to real things because it's not real for them. But the people behind the camera who's doing like Cinco know the real behind this. Lala understands the real behind a lot of what's going on. So like the entertainment world is just a dark world to be in the first place. It's a very dark place. So that's why you have to be vigilant. You have to be careful of the way that you're portraying yourself and the types of content that you're doing and the type of energies that you're inviting around you, because, I mean, y'all make certain things a trend and you make certain things funny and you make certain things parts of the culture that you like, because certain shit, it just don't fly in certain communities. You're not finna see them playing like that with certain people. So yeah, it's just you've invited that energy and welcomed that energy. Y'all have this, play with women like that type of mentality over there in Camp DDG. So I mean, that's what it is. And all these niggas was birthed from DDG. Let's keep it 100. Like, he started all this. So yeah.
But the focus is on this nigga. She's uncomfortable. That's just small potatoes. The focus is really on the emasculation of Jay Cinco. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. DDG's squad member donated $1. Damn, y'all got good eyes. And this was before the beef, I believe. DDG's people literally paying money to Jay Cinco's stream so they could humiliate Jay Cinco. And a byproduct of that, not the intention, but the byproduct of that is Lala. 4 years ago, when Lala told DDG she wanted to have a baby with him.
I just feel like we would make a cute baby.
Hey, hold on. Now, what's crazy? Look at the disgust on DDG's face when she said she wanted to have a baby with him. Like, it's so Why you think so lowly of Lala when she said she wanna have a baby? You look this disgusted by that. It's like, it's great. Like, and what's crazy is during this time, people would just see Lala as a baddie and all this stuff, but DDG heard that and literally you could see the disgust on his face. That is wild. It lets you know things ain't always what it seems on camera, bro. This should be it'd be straight business for him. He looking at her like, I would never with a chick like you. Like, and that's wild work. Damn.
When Lala told DDG she wanted to have a baby with him.
I just feel like we would make a cute baby.
So you want to have a baby with me?
Yeah, like in the near future.
So you want to have a baby with me?
Mm-hmm.
Should have knew she was a pass around. So this is Gunna referring, of course, to Lala Baptiste, calling her a pass around, or just bashing her womanhood. Bro, I hate this song.
Oh God. You getting fucked tonight. She getting fucked tonight.
You have niggas like Academics doing the same thing.
Lala done fucked Lil TJ after Ruby Rose fucked him. Ruby Rose dated Daryl or DDG, and Lala came right in behind and said, "Come on, get this pussy. This is proof. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico."
Bro. I couldn't live with myself if this was my content strategy, bro. They out here examining photos, claiming that DDG is being manipulated out of the photos. And it's all an attack upon Lala. Lala is used as weapon fodder in a beef that had to do nothing with her. Almighty Jay hold his laugh while asking industry wife if she remembers her BC.
Like a big body count, so I don't care.
But you be telling your body count to niggas you be with?
Not to niggas I be like, if I'm in a serious relationship, yeah, I'm gonna probably talk about it.
You remember your body count?
Yes, I do. I'm sure you don't.
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh,
I'm just asking, do you remember your body count?
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Lala's dating history is now being put on full display through the DDG.
So if she remember her body count and a lot of her bodies is public, it probably means that she started off as an insecure girl and she started being passed around this industry thinking that each nigga was going to be the right one because she didn't know what she was looking for because she wasn't following things biblically. She comes across as shy and not knowing what she was doing. Like when in her arc with Ruby Rose, Ruby was the overconfidently all out there, you know, she's just doing her type of person. Lala was just following suit trying to be liked by somebody. So more than likely, all her bodies is all the body, or somewhere near all her bodies is all the bodies that we all know, which is, it's kind of crazy, it's kind of sad, but this is the life that women sign up for without realizing what they signing up for. And this is why it's important for women to put the focus on themselves, heal themselves, instead of focusing so heavily on niggas, because when your head is focusing on, oh, maybe that nigga will treat me right. Maybe he's the one. Maybe none of them are the one. You have to become the one, then the right person will be attracted to you. Like, you become the one first, because then God will assist you in your filtering process. He'll show you the things that you need to see, and it'll protect you from a lot of this hurt that women put themselves through by making poor decisions. It all starts with you. It all starts with self. And most people in this world, women especially, are trained to look external for the problem. Trained to fix external things, trained to focus on external things. No, everything God wanted you to have discernment and to have wisdom is all within you. So in a world where women are trained to look external, that is the biggest problem. Because if you healed yourself first, this shit, none of it would have ever happened. So yeah.
And Cinco's beef. It's almost like when countries go to war. When one country bombs another, the casualties are rarely the leaders. It's the people in those countries. So in this context, the people are almost like property, which is, of course, paternalism. But paternalism is a reflection of gender roles, and that's what we find in the patriarchy. So regardless of DDG and Lala's engagement, even if she didn't do the things that people are trying to say that she's doing, by mere proximity to him, as a woman, you are deemed to be in possession, like basketball, by said man. So Jay Cinco and Lala Baptiste being together means that any conflict where DDG and Cinco are parties warring with one another, Lala is bound to be getting caught in the crossfire. These niggas don't love women. They don't like women. They don't love women. Men will gain proximity to gain the acclaim and approval of other men. They simply just want to be able to brandish women, much like a chain, much like cars, much like clothes.
See, and I think that's why I disagree to an extent. I believe, well, men love the women that they love. That's the thing. Like, because when you look back on that clip with DDG where he just looked straight disgusted by Lala asking to have a baby with him, but then he hid it and he got back in content mode. That clip, that's kind of crazy. But when these niggas is really in love, they really in love. But the reason that men be turning more and more heartless towards not loving and then looking at these, like, most of the world would see these women as 10s, but to men who know what's going on, you realize, yo, it don't matter how bad she is, if she out here moving like this, it's like you'll lose respect for him. So then that's just an industry chick, and in a man's eyes, it gets to the point where this is all you actually good for. Like, this is all you actually, because I could never wife you because you don't even respect and love yourself enough to protect your history, protect your innocence and things like that. So, I mean, all we can really do together is make content. And that's where it really be. Like, women will devalue themselves, not realizing it. They're just trying to fit in, trying to have friends, trying to, make some money, not realizing that you sell your soul to a much worse degree as a woman being in certain industries. It's like certain parts of yourself you can never get back.
And that's where you will have men also.
Well, only really through salvation can you get certain parts back. I mean, you can get certain things back, but you'll have to do a complete 180 to Christ.
Weaponizing men's proximity to women against men themselves. Like this right here. DDG goes off on Myron Gaines and his girlfriend. When DDG and Myron from Fresh and Fit were beefing, the way that DDG was able to clap at Myron was dissing Myron's girl.
Disrespect women? You gotta at least have a bad bitch. I wouldn't touch your hoe, I'm gonna be honest with you. And minimum gotta have a bad bitch, bro. Your hoe a 4 on a fine ass Saturday.
Due to all of this playing out online, the beef becomes an amalgamation between the fake and the real narratives that get gobbed onto one another. You will have clips that are taken out of context that live in this postmodern reality where they take on a whole new context that you...
But like this should be a wake-up call for women. If you ask me, this should be a wake-up call for women more than anything. Because notice how the woman is always weaponized against the man. And that's because a good woman, the right woman, is the highest valued thing a man has. It's not money. It's not fame. It's none of that. It's the woman. So that should tell you the true value of a woman. So imagine if somebody is with a woman where you can't say no fuck shit like this about them. Women are completely invaluable and they don't get it. They don't realize it. So instead, they'll take their valuable selves, go on streams like this, get themselves in situations where now they're looked at just like a pass around and not realizing they created that for themselves because just coming into the situation, you were a goddess and you fucked yourself over. Like it was nobody else's fault but your own because you could have just stayed exclusive, stayed away from that setting and your value and who you are as a woman would have been protected. Women create the situations for themselves that they don't want to be in. And this is why it's important for women to really start waking up and understanding their own worth. It's very, very important. Like you see in all these situations, the first thing that gets attacked is first way to get at a man is always through the woman. Women are the most valuable things on the planet. Like that's really what it comes down to. But people sleep. And what's crazy is in today's generation, women have made themselves pretty much the least valuable thing on the planet in most scenarios. And it's all their own doing. So it's just a lost world. We live in a lost world right now where somebody has to step up. The women are not being protected, and that's failures of men. That's failures of fathers. It's a whole system and there is multiple points in this broken system you could blame. You could blame the men for treating women like this, but most of these men didn't grow up with a father and never seen a relationship, so they don't even know how to treat women, how to respect women, how to value women. Women never had mothers who knew how to be wives and things like. It's like you can blame so many things that's all 100% accurate, but blaming doesn't really do anything. At a certain point, people have to start finding themselves and changing, finding their spirituality again and allowing God to lead them back to the light, because it's really the only thing that can help at this current point in time. I mean, it's too many things that's broken. The home is broken. You know, the minds are broken. Like, everything is broken. So at a point where everything is broken, you can only find salvation through Christ. But yeah, listen, I ain't trying to preach, but it just be like that. This is all truth.
Then need to respond to your parasocial fans. So that's how you get clips like this.
Is this something deeper? Like what is it? Did I hit your hoe or something? Like, you gotta let me know, like, exactly why you hate me. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. But I feel like if we have a conversation and we honestly figure it out together, then we can grow to life.
Notice that's a pride. It's a pride thing. It make a nigga feel powerful when he say that I hit your hoe or something. Like, it make you have some, like it's a badge of honor that you was able to covet something that didn't belong to you, and that in itself is a sin, by the way. But even the fact that feels so good to a man to have something that's not his in the first place, that like that's a weakness within man. That like because me personally, I feel it's more valuable to have something of your own as opposed to having something that's somebody else's or something that somebody else already had and things like that. It's like, no, it's having something that's your own, being able to protect it, being able to keep it innocent, pure, things like that should be the beauty in a relationship, not the, oh, I could get all these hoes because they all gone and things like that. And it's like, that's just a weird mentality and weird perspective to have. And it's a real perspective of darkness in this world, in society. It's just too much darkness in the world today.
Each other, you feel me? Because I'm trying to, if I hit your hoe, then I literally I'll block her right here and there.
This clip wasn't even directed at Jay Cinco. The clip was taken out of context and it was given new meaning. So they were able to apply this to Jay Cinco. I think DDG was actually talking to a fan here, which also was weird because why are you talking to your fans like this? And this too. Jay Cinco cried on Lala's shoulder when he found out DDG cracked.
Nothing to do with this. If anything, nigga, she's the one holding me while I was sitting there crying, making my decision, nigga. That was the person that was holding me tight, telling me, man, you could cry. Like, you could cry, it's okay, like, you could cry. Like, you could cry, it's okay, like, you could cry, like, it's all right. Like, you feel me? You don't know where you're going, like, it's all right. You feel me? If anything, she told me, like, I mean, shit, if you just want to be in that crib, you just got to just learn how to be around them. You got to learn who to trust and who not trust. And I told her, babe, I can't do that. Like, I can't be fake to no nigga that's not in me, babe. Like,
but what are you crying for? How did I make you cry, bro? I'm sorry.
Emasculation is the currency inside these beefs, especially between like him and other men. But all of this contextualized under this idea that this happened in response to DDG is all a farce. It's not the context of the conversation. It's a postmodern chaos at this point. You then have like AI that's exacerbating it because at this point, you really don't know what's real. So you won't even have to like take a clip out of context. You can make a clip. So you basically gonna be living in a post-truth era where you can't tell the veracity of anything. So you believe nothing. It's all Cartesian doubt. So you're in this perpetual state of lack of empathy for anything because you don't think that anything ever happens, or you just can't verify if anything ever happens. So you try to save and ration your emotion. You ration your emotions so that you don't give emotion to something that you don't know is real. And that's the boy who cried wolf. What happens when something actually does happen and that person doesn't get any of the assistance or the empathy that they probably should?
That was deep. My man's he killed that. He killed that last part talking about the whole problems of the world and where we're going and what AI is actually doing, because yeah, that's truth. Like, you're going to lock down and turn away from everything. But this is why I think that at this current point in life, it's more important to turn closer to God than at any other point throughout history, because with AI, you won't be able to tell what's real, what's fake, or any of that. But the closer you get to your spirituality and the closer you get to truth, the closer you get to your walk with Jesus, the more that you will be guided by the Spirit and you'll be able to know what's real. Like, he will show you what's real. You won't be falling for the marketing and for this AI and for all of these other things. You won't be giving your emotions to any and everything. You'll be giving your emotions to the things that God tells you to. That's why that relationship is key. It's very, very key. But there we have it, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about all this in the comment section down below, fam. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.